Hello everybody, this is Diego Pedreros. I am going to show how to create a region in GeoClim for your area of interest. In this case, I'm going to use this watershed right here. So I'm going to let's select the watershed that we want. That is the area of interest for my project. So the first thing is, okay, we select the watershed, then save it or export it. Make sure that you click on select, save only selected features. Let's give it a name, and I'm going to call it Nile Basin, and everything is good. In this case, I'm now all right. Okay, so here we have now our watershed. Close those things. Then now let's create a region. Let's create a region that for that specific watershed. So we come here, we make sure that you already installed. I'm assuming that you already installed GeoClim. So here we come to the region definition form. Then I'm going to call it Nile Basin. Make sure that you don't leave any spaces here. Do you want to save this as the default region? Say yes. So now we're going to define the box for that region. So we're going to use the same map that we just created to define the box. So in this case, I have it in C, Nile Basin. So you will see how these numbers on latitude and longitude will change as soon as I click. Okay, so now that is the box that defines the region. Now we are going to create a mask for that region. So in this case, I'm going to create a mask from the map that we just saved, the Nile Basin map. Nile Basin. So what we're doing here is we're creating a mask based on the same shapefile that we're using, where inside the shapefile or inside the basin is value 1 and outside is value 0. So that means that whatever process that we run in GeoClim using this region is going to run the process only inside the region, and everything else outside will be no data. So now let's save this on the static. So we just click on the static and select the folder, then import. Now it created a mask. You can open this file so you see what is a BIL, so it's a raster data set. So you can look at it and see what values it has. So now we are going to select a map that will be defining our region of interest when creating a product. So we are going to create the same map that we just saved. Okay, so this is the shapefile, and this is the mask, a raster data set that was created. So let's take a look. So we have the name is now set as the default. We have the extent. This right here is the cell size. Since in most cases we use chirps, and chirps is 0.05, the cell size, then the default is 0.05. You can change it if you want, but then uh, depends on the data set that you're going to use. A Nile Basin mask, Nile Basin shapefile, then is ready. So let's close it. Sometimes we have to click twice, but that's going to be fixed. So now it's ready. So this is the mask that was created. You see in the mask we have 0 outside and 1 inside the basin. Okay, so now we have, that's the data set, the shapefile. Let's now use the geoclaim to calculate the average rainfall for that specific region. So I'm going to use global decadal chirps, and I usually download just the global because I work in different parts of the world. So for me, it's easier to have just the global, and I don't have to download other data sets. So now here in our list of regions, I have here Nile Basin. Now, I have all this list of regions because my data set is, I selected the global. But for example, if I select this data set that is just for Ethiopia, when I come here, only the regions that have to do with within that spatial domain, then only those regions show up. So now let's go back and select the global decadal. Then all these regions are available within that data set. So now let's select the Nile Basin. And if we, let's say, I'm going to just calculate the average rainfall, the average seasonal total for the February to May rainy season. Make sure that you click on the seasonal total, and that is ready. So now let's select all the years except 2021. So what this is going to do is going to calculate the total rainfall for the February-May season for every year. Then that total is all the years. Then it's going to calculate the average for that entire period. So now let's click Analyze. It took a little while, and it's finishing computing the average seasonal total. Okay, so it is done. Perfect. So now let's close this, and this is the average seasonal total rainfall for the belt season, the February to May season, and in the watershed. So you can then start creating other products. You click right here, you can create the median, the standard deviation. You can calculate the coefficient of variation, the trend, the percentiles, the frequency, or the SPI for a specific year, or the historical SPI for all the entire time series. So now you can continue also calculating other type of analysis using the rainfall summaries, and you can see all these different products in the documentation that comes with the geoclaim. So in this video, I wanted to show you how you can create a region for your a region in the geoclaim for your area of interest, and how you can start extracting products out of the geoclime for that specific region.